Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you something really special, how to knit a sweet baby hat. This tutorial is perfect for beginners. You don't need double pointed needles or the magic loom method. You can knit this hat easily using only knit stitches. The first time I knitted a baby hat, it was for my first godchild. I still remember sitting there with the needles and the soft yarn in my hands, knowing I was creating something for a tiny being that would bring them warmth and comfort. That hat was more than just a craft project, and that's exactly what always touches me about knitting. It's a piece of you that you give someone else. It's an expression of love, something that truly comes from your heart. So when you knit a baby hat, remember, you're not giving a finished product, but also a piece of your heart and warmth. Before we get started, let's quickly go over the materials you'll need. I'm using my Boshi 2 yarn, which is baby friendly and comes in many different colors. I'll be knitting with 4mm needles. European size, UK size is 6 and US size 8. I'll be knitting a baby hat for a baby around 3 to 6 months old. For my written instructions, I've created a clear table, which is available in both German and English. A baby around 3 to 6 months old has a head circumference of about 41 to 43 centimeters or 16.1 to 16.9 inches. For that, I'm casting on 42 stitches. This is the classic long tail cast on method. If this feels too fast for you, check out my detailed tutorial on the long tail cast on in another video. I'll also link that video in the description. As always, you'll find lots of other information in the video description, like which yarn I'm using, which needles, and links to my written instructions. If I forget to mention something in a video, I'll add it later in the description. The hat is knitted as one single piece. We'll simply knit a rectangle that will sew together at the end. Sewing it together will create the hat shape. Now I'm knitting everything in knit stitches. Mhm. In the second row, I'm also knitting all stitches. And I'll continue like this, row by row. This pattern is called garter stitch and it creates a wonderful stretchy head. So keep knitting row by row in knit stitches until your piece measures about 38 centimeters or 15 inches in length. To ensure the head doesn't slip off the baby's head, the rectangle shouldn't be any longer than this. I'll also show you my table again from my written instructions, so you can check if you're knitting a different size. Now I'm banding off the rectangle as usual. Knit one stitch, knit a second stitch, then lift the first stitch over the second. Repeat this until the end of the row. Cut the yarn and pull it tight. Now comes the exciting part, sewing the head together. Take the two short sides and sew them together with a simple seam. At the top, tie a knot to secure everything. Next, thread yarn around the top edge and pull it tight. If you're unsure, use a new piece of yarn to cinch the top so you don't risk breaking the yarn later. Pull tight to close the hole, but be careful not to pull too hard to avoid snapping the yarn. Now you can weave in the ends. And there you have it. Your baby hat is finished. It's truly a wonderful feeling to create something with your own hands that brings so much warmth and comfort. I hope knitting this has brought you as much joy as it did me. This hat is not just a lovely gift, but also a wonderful way to show you care. Thank you for knitting with me today. I hope you'll join me again next time. Happy knitting and all the best. Yours, Andrea.